Hey you guys, it's Chrissy, and today I'm going to show you how to do a zero-based budget. A zero-based budget should be done before the month begins, and it's a way of planning out your future month of expenses. So you're going to list all of your income and all of your expenses, and the difference between the two should be zero. So I'm going to walk you through this process. I'm going to share my screen with you, and you can follow along how a zero-based budget is completed. Okay, so this is a template that I am going to share on my website. I'm still working on my website, so it's not up right now, but it will eventually be available at christyzayas.com. For now, I'm going to share a link in the description below where you can get a copy of the template. It's in Google Sheets, so you'll be able to use it from there. What's nice about using it in Google Sheets is that if you download the Google Sheets app, you can also use it from your cell phone and update the transactions as you go. So I do recommend using it on a desktop, but you can also update transactions on the go using your mobile phone. So just gonna get started here and start listing income. The reason I listed out so many paychecks was because some people get paid weekly and some people get paid bi-weekly. So I figured the 10 paychecks should cover all of that. If there's two people, one person in a household, but let's say if there's 5 weeks in a month, you'll be able to cover all of that. You can also change these descriptions here. You can put it so however you want it. But for now, I just have paycheck one, paycheck two, and so on. So I'm going to do a budget based off of $700 weekly. Okay, so this budget is for an income of $2,800 a month. And here we're going to start listing our expenses in this column here. So the way this spreadsheet works is anything in blue is what you want to update. Everything else is a formula or something that really shouldn't be updated. And this amount here to the right is the amount that's left to budget. So the goal is to get this to zero. So right now it's just listing all of our income, but we're going to go ahead and start listing all of our expenses. And as we list them, this amount will start to go down and it'll let us know how much is left. So if you tie to your church, this is where you would put this in here. So here I'm just going to put $280, which is 10% of your income, of this person's income. And that might vary depending on where you are in your journey. If you cannot afford a tenth of your income, then you can lower that down. I do suggest you try to give something to your church if you do go to church. That amount that you determine is between you and God, no one else. And God loves a cheerful giver. So if you just can't really afford $280 a month, if you make $2,800 a month and you are happier giving whatever it is that you determine, that's between you and God and no one else. So that amount is completely up to you, what you want to put in there. For this purpose, I'm just going to put it in 280. So any charities that you want to give to, we'll go in this next section here. It's still listed under giving. For now, I'm just going to leave that blank. And first, under savings, we have our emergency fund savings, Christmas, vacations, a new vehicle if you want to start a sinking fund for your new vehicle, or a sinking fund for a house down payment. That would also go in the savings section here. For now, I am just going to put that we're saving $50 a month for the Christmas fund. I'm going to leave everything else blank for now. So mortgage or rent, I'm going to put $1,000 in there. If you have any other HOA fee, electricity, gas, water, here we pay electric. It varies. I'm just going to put 180 in there for now. We do not have a gas bill, so I'm not going to even try to figure out what that is. It'll be different for everyone. Our water is about $40, so I'm just going to put that in there. We do have sewer, trash, and hydrants that we do pay quarterly, but I am not going to list those in there because not everyone has those. And necessities, I'm just going to put 60 bucks a month. For internet, I am going to just list that out as 85. I don't know what your internet is. Some people have internet and cable combined. That would be different for everyone as well. Groceries, I am going to list that out as $400. And as you can see, our money is going down. The amount we have left to budget is just $700 and we're not even done. Okay, so if you put any money away for lunch or restaurants, coffee, if you go out for coffee or anything like that, you also want to list that in this food section here. For transportation, here you want to list how much you spend for your car, the gas for your car, any oil changes that you need, if you pay for Easy Pass. If you have an older car, I recommend saving for a car repair. Just because you just never know what could happen. If you do have your $1,000 starter emergency fund, then you might not need to put as much in there, but I just recommend putting something in there per month. So I'm just going to put $20 in there for now. If you need to start saving for tires, you want to also put that here in this section. So pets, I put pets in its own category because pets can be very expensive. For us, we spend $100 a month on Yoshi, and it's not all towards food, but I'm just going to put it in there for now just to give you an idea. Okay, so now what's left is health insurance. We're just going to say that comes right out the paycheck, and just the income we listed here, the $2,800, is just the net income that comes into the household after taxes are paid and after insurance is paid, health insurance. So term life, let's just say that's $30 a month. Actually, it might be less for this income, so let's just say $20 a month. The auto insurance, let's say about $100 a month. Okay, so we're at $265 left. So we're going to continue on. Let's say $20 for clothing, miscellaneous. Let's put another $20 in there. Let's say right now you just don't want to subscribe to any memberships or subscriptions, and cable. Let's just say you don't want to have a cable bill right now. So haircuts, we're just going to put $35 in there. That's not every month, but let's say you want to get a haircut this month. And let's just leave everything else blank. Okay. So as you can see, we have $190 left to budget, and we didn't even start paying any of the debt payments yet that this person may have. So let's just say this person has a $100 car payment, which is probably unlikely, but for this case, I'm just going to put $100 in there. And let's say they have a credit card, which is $50, and you can see there's only $40 left. And let's say this person just doesn't have a student loan, doesn't have much more debt. So you see we have $40 left, and we have to put that into a category. So what we would do is go to the top and see where can we put this $40 in. So if you do not have your $1,000 starter emergency fund, I recommend you put it there so you can start building that up. And once you have your $1,000 starter emergency fund, then you can start using that additional money to start paying down some of this debt that we have. But the goal of doing this budget is to get your amount to zero. Your income minus your expenses should be zero. And this is so you can have a plan for your money. So when before the month begins, you go into the month knowing that you have money to cover all of your expenses that are about to come up. So after you have your budget, it becomes a little difficult trying to track your expenses, like what's actually coming out of your checking account. So there's this other tab here called monthly transactions. And here, based off of what is in this column H, you'll see a category drop-down box where you can list the category and you can put the payee here. So let's say, okay, so let's say you tie $280 and you pay it weekly because you get paid weekly. You want to put here will be church and the amount would be $70. So what happens when you do that is it updates this actual amount. So then you can see the difference is $210. So you budgeted $280. You actually paid $70 so far in the month, and you still have to pay $210 for that category. So that will also work for, let's say, your grocery budget. $400. Let's say you spend $100 a week on groceries. You would just find a groceries category drop down box and then just Giant or whatever it is that wherever you buy groceries from, and then $100. So that will update this amount here, and your difference will be $300 left for the month. So as the month keeps going, you just want to keep updating this. You don't have to use a drop down box. Just make sure the name is in there because that's where it pulls in from for this column here, so it can update properly. And then let's say Giant again and $100. So that's how you would just update your grocery budget, and then it'll just keep going down. So you can see how much is left in the budget for that specific category. So that's how you can do the monthly budget. And when the month is over, you can just do File, make a copy, and that'll create a new copy of this spreadsheet, and you can save that for the new month. And then you can click this reset button, and that would clear this area, so the actual will be cleared. I personally like to keep my budgeted amount in here, so I know for the following month, so I know what I budgeted for the prior month, and I like to see how that changed. So I personally like to do it that way. And this is completely customizable, so if you want to change something, you can change it. Let's say you want to say you don't like new vehicle, you want to put in something else for savings. Let's just say you want to save for a bike savings, or motorcycle savings, whatever that is. And we'll just put $100 in there. And then the bicycle savings will be here. Okay, so you can customize it however you like for your budget. And I hope that this would help you with your budgeting process. But you just want to make sure before the month begins that you are planning out your money. And then as the month is going, you want to start tracking everything. And you just want to make sure that you're staying within your budget by keeping track of your expenses. So that's it for the monthly budget. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do want a copy of this template, you can get it in the link below. I am going to stop sharing my screen. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please share it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And I will see you next week. See ya.